Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to this Heartbeast channel update. I haven't done an update on my channel in a while, and I figured it would be a good idea to give you all a quick rundown of the things that I've been doing, the things I'm planning on doing, and just so you kind of know how things are going. So we're going to cover the Production Point book. We're going to cover Demon Lock. We're going to cover my new Pixel platformer YouTube series and kind of the future of my YouTube channel. We're going to cover Vampire Tactics, which is a game that I never really announced but started working on. The Westwick turn-based course. If you remember my Westwick turn-based course in GameMaker, I'm now remaking that course in Godot. And then we'll have a quick conclusion. So let's start with Production Point. The Production Point book was successfully funded on Indiegogo back in July, was it? July or August? I don't remember. Yeah, it must have been July, the start of July. And ever since then, I've been doing weekly updates here on Indiegogo. You can check them out. Word count updates, progress. I've also released the very first draft of the book. This week, I edited 2 specific chapters. I'm going to be releasing those to the Indiegogo backers so that I can get feedback on them and use that feedback as a template for helping to edit the rest of the book. So I'm in the editing process. I'm currently on schedule for releasing the book in December still. It's been a lot of work, but I've also learned a lot and enjoyed a lot. The one problem that I've run into is that I've had a lot of people requesting to pre-order the book from me after the Kickstarter or after the Indiegogo campaign. And I haven't been able to find a good way to do that yet, to pre-order physical copies of the book. So that's still kind of up in the air. If you guys have any ideas for that, let me know. I will also mention that I'm probably never going to use Indiegogo again. My experience with it has not been as good as my experience with Kickstarter. I much prefer the Kickstarter experience. So in the future, I will be going back to Kickstarter. So let's jump into Demon Lock now real quick. I'm not going to have a lot of news on Demon Lock for you, unfortunately. I'm still in the prospecting or the pre-production phase of Demon Lock, and so I'm still trying to figure out the battle systems, honestly, and get something that is a design space that I'm interested in, that players also enjoy and seem to be interested in. Because I've done some prototyping that seemed like it was working out, and then when I got it in front of playtesters, it wasn't the experience that I wanted to create, and it wasn't really working. So I'm still in the paper prototyping phase. I don't have a lot of news on Demon Lock other than the fact that, yes, I'm still working on it. I didn't cancel it. It's still something that I want to do. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Pixel platformer YouTube series. Actually, I wish I had this up, so I might bring it up here on YouTube real quick. So if we go into, oh yeah, I can't go to YouTube in this tab. Little quick a hint for you is, or a pro tip is to use a site blocker to block social media on your work computer. Heartbeast. I'm searching my own YouTube channel now in an incognito tab. Bring up the playlist. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Oh, let's not show this ad. Okay, we've got the entire series here. I originally planned on doing like 5 videos and it turned into 16. But it was a lot of fun. The series is now complete. You can check it out on my channel here if you haven't done it. A lot of people are having fun with it. I think it's a good series that teaches a lot of kind of the basics of Godot, but maybe some new basics that I haven't taught in other places. So I think it's a great series for that. I'm still thinking about what I want to do for my next series. So if you want to leave a comment down below of something that you'd like to see me do, I still don't know what I'm going to do yet. Note that I'm going to do something that I'm interested in doing. So I appreciate suggestions, but I still am going to want to do something that I'm excited about. So leave your comments below. I'll look into them, and maybe it'll be something that I end up doing. Okay, so the next thing on the list is Vampire Tactics. So Vampire Tactics is the unannounced game. This game was in pre-production. It's a spiritual successor to End Hall, my first game, and I was trying to take End Hall and turn it into a bigger game, because for a lot of people, I mean, End Hall is a really short experience, right? It's like 20 minutes to beat the game. Of course, it's randomly generated, so you can play it again, but it's still a very short experience, and there are a lot of people who liked End Hall but wanted a longer experience, and I was trying to do that with Vampire Tactics. So I created a fully, a fully functional prototype for Vampire Tactics that has a lot of different mechanics in it. It does feel very similar to End Hall, but there are some differences. Being able to push stuff into each other is one of the main differences, I think, that kind of sets it apart from what End Hall was. And this prototype was actually really pretty fun, and there was a lot of new mechanics in it. I added passive abilities, and I added different attack types and enemies with resistances and enemies with different mechanics for what happens if they die, stuff like that. The game it's definitely, I don't know that it's that much of a longer experience than End Hall was, unfortunately. And so that was kind of, I don't know. It's not that much longer than End Hall, even though that's what I was trying to create. It does have more content. There's quite a few more spells, and then obviously you get passive abilities as well. So you can see here's some different passive abilities. We can gain mana each time we cast a dark spell, or if we cast 2 dark spells on our turn. So there's passive abilities in it. It was an interesting concept that was doing pretty well, but I ran into an issue where towards the end of a run, you have a lot of spells and a lot of passive abilities, so there's really high kind of analysis paralysis at the end that people were running into. And this game was designed to be something that would have a very short pre-production and that I could jump right into production. So running into this kind of major design issue in pre-production was not what I was hoping for the game. So it's currently on indefinite hold. This project I don't know if I'll end up finishing it later, but right now I'm not going to be working on it anymore. But I did want to let you guys know that this is something I was working on. I put quite a bit of time into this project, and it just didn't quite make it to production. So that was the main issue with it. We got stuck kind of in the prototyping phase, never made it to the demo step of pre-production. Okay, so the Westwick turn-based course. This is still very early, but I've wanted to do a turn-based course in Godot for a while, but didn't really feel like I was ready for it. And part of that came from my understanding of how yield worked and stuff like that, which I think is making sure you understand yield is a crucial part of making a turn-based project. So I did finally start working on this because I finally felt ready. And this is going to be an intermediate Godot course that I'm planning on launching. I'm hoping to have it finished by the end of October. And it's using all of the assets from the original Game Maker Westwick course. And I've still got a lot of work to do on how all of this works. But I just wanted to let you all know that this is something I'm working on. You might be excited for it. So yeah, just kind of a short announcement on that. So the conclusion is I've been very busy, and I actually hit some burnout a couple months back and had to take a little bit of time off with family and relax. And I'm doing a lot better now. I'm feeling motivated. I still have a lot of stuff on my plate right now, but I'm motivated to do it and enjoying the process of working on stuff. So hopefully you all enjoyed this quick, or maybe, how far are we into this video? I can't tell. Oh, we're about 10 minutes in. So this relatively quick channel update video. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions for me. If you're interested in my Godot course, there'll be a link in the description that you can check out as well for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.